Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, December 24th, 2014. It's Christmas Eve. We will not be broadcasting tomorrow, Christmas on the 25th, or on Boxing Day, Friday the 26th. The next broadcast will be Monday, December 29th. If you wish to follow us on Twitter, please go to Catex TV. The Islamic State did something today that people had been thinking would happen, and it did happen. They shot down a coalition warplane. This plane was a Jordanian Air Force plane. The pilot has been photographed captured with ISIS fighters. This is a worst-case scenario for the West, for Jordan in particular, because obviously ISIS has beheaded a number of other hostages in the past. The United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United States and Great Britain have been bombing since September 22nd. Fortunately, this was not a British pilot or an American pilot. That would have significantly raised the ante, but nevertheless, for the Jordanians, this does present a big challenge. Severe storms have hit the southern United States last night, killing at least 4 people, flipping over cars and knocking out power to thousands of people. The governor has declared a state of emergency for 2 southeastern counties. In the city of Columbia, Mississippi, the power was out completely. The general hospital had to switch to emergency generators to provide power. Also along the eastern seaboard from Washington, D.C. up to Boston, there's a significant rainstorm that's expected to dump about 1.5 inches of rain today and tonight through tomorrow morning on what is a very busy travel day in the East Coast. The Australian insurance giant Insurance Australia Group has confirmed that it's going to add another $774 million to its final claims costs for the 2010 and 2011 New Zealand earthquakes. This comes after some warnings had appeared in the press that IAG had been planning on warning reinsurers, that the loss notification would increase their exposure by about 20%. Well, they went ahead and did it. This is the largest cat loss to reinsurers for 2014, as all of this is going to be reinsured. They've already breached their reinsurance limits, so this is going to be being paid out by the reinsurance market. Meanwhile, the situation in France continues to be unusual, to say the least. The president of France has announced the extension of several hundred police and military personnel throughout transport centers throughout the country as a result of 3 incidents that have occurred. The 3 incidents began on December 20th in central France, when a man who had converted to Islam was killed after stabbing 2 policemen. The following day in Dijon to the east, a man with psychiatric troubles hurt 13 people by running them down with his car while crying Allah Akbar. And then on the 22nd in Nantes, a man plowed through a Christmas market in his van, hitting 10 people, killing 1. President of France, Francois Hollande, who's visiting the French overseas territory of Saint-Pierre and Miquelon off the coast of Canada, said we cannot give in to panic. So as a result, in a very heavy travel period coming up, there'll be a significant increase in French security presence. Former American President George H.W. was taken to a Houston hospital last night after experiencing shortness of breath. 90-year-old Bush was said to have been taken as a precaution only. He's apparently resting comfortably now. Standard & Poor's is reviewing Russia's monetary flexibility and economy right now, and there's apparently a 50% chance that the credit rating from Russia is going to be lowered to junk within 90 days. This means they would lose their investment-grade credit rating for the first time since the debt default in 1998. Standard & Poor's says that the decrease comes as a result of the drop in oil prices, the conflict in the Ukraine and resulting sanctions, as well as the plummeting of the ruble. Well, Sony Pictures has flip-flopped again after announcing that they were not going to release the movie The Interview, which apparently was the reason North Korea hacked their studios. They have now decided, in the wake of criticism from a number of people, including President Obama, that they are in fact going to release the film. The film is now set to open in over 200 theaters, down from the original 3,000 theaters. So we'll see what reaction occurs. The Guardians of Peace, who is the South Korean or the North Korean front group that brought down the Sony systems, have warned that if the picture is released, those attending the movie risk September 11th-like results. Meanwhile, North Korea itself is having some problems. Yesterday, their internet access completely went down for approximately 6 hours. It had been wobbling for a number of hours earlier in the day and then completely went dark. They brought it back up again, and then after about 2 more hours, the system plunged into darkness again. It's beginning to come back online, but according to experts, it is not all normal in North Korea yet. There's a question now as to who did this. There's no blame leveled by Pyongyang yet. And naturally, one would think it was the United States acting after President Obama said that a proportionate response was going to be levied against North Korea at a time of our choosing. According to an observer, it's almost irrelevant. If the North Koreans believe the Americans did it, you can be sure that they're going to be looking to respond. That's the news for today. We wish you a Merry Christmas, and if we have anything breaking, we'll come back and tell you. If not, we will see you on Monday the 29th. Thank you for watching.